there, it's Jenna from CoSchedule. Now that you have a few social template core concepts under your belt, it's time to start adding on. Social helpers are going to be key to helping you save time with social templates, so let's dive on into this lesson. Let's talk about who should take this lesson. So just like the last lesson, this is going to be for social media managers, marketers, and anyone responsible for social media promotion. After you complete this lesson, you'll understand what social helpers are, the different types of social helpers, and how to add social helpers to your campaign. Social helpers are pre-built prompts or copy placeholders that can be applied to a social template. Apply social helpers to your social template, then customize the content for each social helper once it's in a social campaign. Use social helpers in any social campaign or social template to easily reuse text, images, videos, hashtags, and other copy across multiple messages. With social helpers, you can autofill your entire social queue in minutes. Each social campaign has default social helpers that automatically get added to your social template when a URL is added to your social campaign. So these will be a title, permalink, and excerpt. The title will be the title from the added URL. The permalink will be whatever URL is added to the permalink field. And then the excerpt will be a scraped excerpt of the added URL. Let's take a quick look at what these default social helpers will look like in our calendar. As we open a social campaign, we can see that our blog post has been pasted above. Title, permalink, and excerpt are our three default social helpers. So let's see what happens when we add them to our social message. When we type out the bracket, our three default options will pop up right here, previewing the social helpers. So let's click on one of them. Now instead of copying and pasting and jumping around, with the push of a few buttons you can easily insert your blog titles, permalink, and excerpt. Beyond default social helpers, you can also create your own text, image, and video helpers that you can customize. Custom social helpers are not automatically added to a social campaign. To create a custom social helper, select the Create Helper button in the Helper section of your social campaign. So text helpers will be good if you want to share the same copy in multiple social messages, like event details or campaign hashtags. Instead of endless copy-pasting, you can create text helpers to help create the same text and easily add it to multiple social messages at the same time. Instead of having to manually upload the same image to multiple social messages, you can add a custom image helper to your social messages, so you only have to add the image once. And just like the custom image helpers, instead of having to manually upload the same video to multiple messages, add a custom video helper to your social message, so you only have to add the video once. Now let's pop over into the calendar and take a look at these custom social helpers. Custom social helpers will be created and then used just like the default social helpers. We'll click on Helpers next to the template button and choose Create Helper. Then we'll choose a text helper, image helper, or video helper. I'm going to choose a text helper. Let's say I wanted to have some copy here that I use to introduce my blogs for social media posts. I'm going to name it Blog Intro 1, then add my content, and there you have it. Now I can easily add this text to my social messages. And for fun, let's also add our permalink. Now you've got the bulk of your content in your social message already. So now let's walk through how to add social helpers to your social campaign. The steps are laid out in the guide, but I'm going to jump over to my calendar and show you how to do this. Let's begin by clicking into a social template. Now if we ever need to edit a template or add social helpers like we are doing now, you can easily click the little pencil icon on the side. I'm going to add my intro social helper that we just made for our very first post. And then let's add a permalink as well. When we exit out of this template and reapply it to our campaign, we should already have these helpers built in. Now promoting your blogs and other content takes even less time. Alright, that's the end of Implementation Chapter 1. Next up will be Implementation Chapter 2, where we will go over how and when to use social helpers to build and automate your social campaigns.